You're listening to Journey for Truth with internationally known medium, Tai Yi practitioner, and radio host Tami Urbanek.
Hello and welcome to Journey for Truth on iHeartRadio and YouTube. I'm Tami Urbanek. Thank you so much for joining me. Journey for Truth Radio is always on demand and with many new episodes. If you're on Facebook, you can join the Integrating the Teachings of Jonah group. There you will find a lot of different information regarding what Jonah and Haska have been teaching about the world that we live in and about healing in general on Facebook. Also on my website, empowermentthroughhealing.org, you can read about the life energy flow Tai Yi treatment, love obstruction. This treatment is for people who want to clear out the old regarding their past relationships when they're wanting to create a new healthy relationship. This can be done on one person or on two people entering into a new relationship to really help build a foundation of love and discovery. My guest this week is Cali Smoov. JP spent his youth in and out of foster care and group homes. He struggled in and out of the legal system until he turned his life around and ended up collaborating with artists such as Snoop Dogg and others, as well as appeared in the movie Straight Outta Compton. JP, welcome.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's good to have you here. Now, how did you end up in the foster care system?
That was like, I was young, man. I was a little kid. So I just woke up one day and I was there, you know. It was, mistakes my parents made that led me there. And I'm just a product of it, you know. But I was a different kid in the group homes and in the foster homes. I saw the disruption in the system. So when I got older, you know, I just wanted to dedicate a large part of my life to correcting that, you know, making a difference in that system I was once in, you know what I mean?
What was it that your parents were doing that led you to being removed from the home?
Man, we was all over the place. My daddy was a thug. You know, my dad was that song, Papa was a Rolling Stone. Yeah, they wrote that about me. Yeah, man, it was everywhere. My mom was a young single mom, 3 kids. You know, she had another baby, a little brother. It was just hard for her, you know. My dad was he had his head in all the wrong places, you feel me? And, you know, he was in and out of jail my whole life, my whole youth growing up. Mm-hmm. He was priest gang banging and he was in and out of jail, you know. And it was just like our other family members saw that and they acted on it, you know what I mean?
Okay, so your family intervened and then put you into foster homes and group homes?
Yeah, they sure did.
What did you see going on in the foster homes and group homes that made it a struggle?
Man, that system is really different system. It's not set up for a young man to succeed, you know what I mean, or prevail in life. Like, being in that environment is so wrong, like how the kids are forced to talk to each other. It's like almost like a halfway house. You know what I mean? They have certain rules that other kids don't have growing up. Everything is different than what other kids have growing up, and then they argue with each other about it. And you know, like, instead of being raised like a family, you know, they're raised like product of the system. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like kids. This year, actually, in December, I had a show. I threw my own show. I rented out a venue in Los Angeles, and I invited all my friends, family, my fans, everybody out to come party with me. And instead of charging money to get in, like I usually do at the shows, I charged a toy. So everybody had to bring a toy to the door to get in for free. And I took all the toys to a group home in South Central on Christmas Day.
Oh, that is so wonderful.
Yeah, we documented the process. We took it in, like, it's on YouTube, you know, with the Cali Smoov toy drive, JP Cali Smoov toy drive. And I'm doing it, that was the beginning. Here was the first year I did it. So next year, you know, I am going to do it much bigger. You know what I mean? This year we got like a decent amount of toys, but next year I want to double up and get some sponsors for the event, get some things going, and make double it up. You know what I mean?
So it sounds like that what you were saying earlier is that being in foster care and in group homes, you don't feel like you're really part of a family, but someone who is forced to stay in a home and simply survive there rather than thrive.
Yeah.
So what would be something that you would want to change about that system if you could?
Whew. So much. Um, I would teach the kids emotional literacy. I would teach the emotional literacy first and foremost, and a lot more economic skills. A lot more. They need to know about credit, banking, investing, and LLCs, and they need to know about these things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And given that they have, let's say, like, they have a, let's say, I don't want to say that because it would sound bad, but they have less opportunity right off the jump than a normal kid with a lot of families. So I think that a lot more attention needs to be given. You know what I mean? I think that they should have scholarships to trade schools, and they should have scholarships to private schools for those kids. You know what I mean? Especially if they want it, especially if they seek it. You know, it should be put in front of their face from the beginning. But I just know that they're coming into the world broken. They're coming into adulthood broken. So I feel like that extra attention needs to be given to all those kids, man.
I agree. I agree completely. I used to be a middle school and high school teacher, and I worked with kids who were considered at risk or kids who had learning disabilities or emotional disabilities. And I would always bring what you call emotional literacy. I love that terminology. I would always bring those types of lessons to kids because they need that instruction and learning how to be with each other without anger.
I've been certified to teach emotional literacy for 3 years now. I got certified in Hawaii with Layla Steinberg. She teaches an emotional literacy class, and I assist her every Wednesday in Santa Monica. That's actually, we just Baldwin Hills, so you can check if they're young artists, young kids, actors, people that want to seek entertainment, and people that want to just express themselves. It's free to get in, and it's every Wednesday.
That is awesome. You know, there's a lot of talk going on right now regarding pro-life versus pro-choice, and I'm a very pro-choice person, but what you're talking about to me is the true definition of pro-life. That if we're really going to encourage healthy babies to be born, then we're going to encourage children to grow up healthy as well, and we're going to take care of them and give them what we need. So you have wonderful ideas.
Thank you.
Now, what led to your dramatic change?
Oh, man. Really growing up. Man.
I read that there was a car accident.
Yeah, there were, man. I spent a lot of my youth in Chicago, Illinois, man. I was born in LA, moved to Chicago when I was like 12 or 13, and grew up out there in Chicago, and went to high school out there and all that. I moved back to California when I turned 18 and had some success in my hip-hop career.
Mm-hmm.
Started traveling, and at 22, I went to Chicago for a show, and me and my friends got in the car. We all piled up. My best friends from high school, you know, closest people on too. And we went to that show, and they didn't make it back home because there was snow on the floor that we didn't see when we were driving.
So your two friends passed. Were you seriously injured as well?
Yeah, I had heart surgery. I broke my arm. Had some issues with my back, legs, hips, neck. I'm still dealing with it. I'm still dealing with it, like every single day. Like I'm still dealing with it. Even more so, like more so than the physical damage, the PTSD, the mental damage was
Mm-hmm.
far beyond
I
that.
can imagine that there is a lot of emotional difficulty with that. Now, you were in and out of the legal system prior to that accident, correct?
Yeah.
So, after this accident occurred, what changed within your perception to say, I need to change something?
I died. I saw myself die. I saw the news say my name. Saw the news say rapper Cali Smoov dead. Saw all my friends dead. And I woke up in that hospital bed, and I found out that social media had it twisted, and they thought I died too.
Mm.
And everybody was putting RIP on my pictures and my page. And everywhere that I looked, and people were just telling their stories about me and who I was to them and the effect that I had. And I saw myself as people's profile pictures. Ooh, that was a cold hour. I bawled in that hospital bed crying because I felt like I was looking into my death. You know, I felt like I saw my death. This is how the world will react if I die. This is how people will react. You know.
I think in a way you were.
Yeah, it did kill a lot of me. It killed a lot of me, man. It killed a whole person. It killed a whole person. And I just miss my friends so much, and I know that I gotta. Like, it wasn't no right away thing. Like, I didn't just wake up like, yeah, I just want to change my life and just go hard on. Like, no, it wasn't like that. I was going through it. I wanted to kill myself. I wanted to kill people. I wanted to do a lot. I wanted to terrorize stuff because of what I was going through. A lot of people that showed me love, though, man. A lot of people helped me see another direction. And a lot of people really took time out.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people really took their time out to talk to me and connect with me and make sure I was okay. And it blew my mind away. Man, it was the worst experience and the best experience of my life. It was the worst more, though. I say that not saying anything about my friend being dead. I'm saying the learning experience was the best experience.
Mm-hmm.
But I would definitely have my friends back if I could.
I completely understand that. So the simple act of feeling and being loved is what changed your pathway, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did that change your perspective after you physically healed? What changed in your perspective about life?
Whew. That these people don't know. We don't know what we had. We don't know what we had. Having 2 arms, 2 legs, 10 fingers, and 10 toes. We don't know what we have. This is far bigger than you and me. Like, you to be alive and walking and breathing every single day is such a privilege and blessing. How dare you complain? How dare you complain about life and any obstacle that's put in front of you? You gotta love every obstacle. You gotta love every person. You gotta love every battle. You know what I mean? Because you can really not be here. I saw my friend, one of my closest friends, fight for his life and lose. I saw that with my own 2 eyes. I saw that. Fight. Just call the ambulance. I saw that with my own 2 eyes. You feel me? And I'm so happy to be here. I'm so blessed to be alive. I have bad days too. I don't always think like this. I have bad hours of the days. I have bad halves of the days. I go through it too, but all in all, I know that there's a deeper meaning. Not just my life, it's a deeper meaning of your life too. give meaning to everybody that's here. Everybody that have goals, and we have people to touch that we don't even know. Your whole purpose in life might be, you know, I don't know if you have kids or not. I might be talking to you, but your whole purpose in life might be your child. And one thing that your child does that changes, you know what I mean? You could be the mother of a teacher that influences the next president. Like, it's all a chain and it's all a circle of life, and you don't know what you're here for. You don't know what you're here for. You got to be the best person you can be. You know what I mean? And accept your change, accept your life, and work hard and just be happy and love it. I love life, even when I have $1 in my pocket. You know what I mean? I love life. I just love breathing. I can see. I can live. I can hear. I can listen to music. I can write music. I love life.
So you are experiencing great amounts of gratitude for simply having a life, having the opportunity to live your life, and that is a perspective that if everyone had that, our whole world would be so different. You know, my daughter is about the same age as you. I think you're age 23.
24.
You're 24. My daughter just turned 23, and you know, it's the same thing, very similar to what you're stating, that I am always trying to teach her, that it's about living. It's about enjoying your life. It's not about stressing over the tiny things. And I think that what you're stating goes a long way and can help many, many people in really embracing their life. Now, how did you begin collaborating with Snoop Dogg?
The accident. I got into that accident and I was in deep depression. And yeah, Snoop Dogg reached out to me like, Snoop Dogg want to meet you here. He wants you to rap. He wants you to And you gotta understand, I'm messed up mentally at this point. I'm messed up. Like, I did not want to rap. I'm laid up in the bed with a broken arm. I was laid up. I'm doing bad. And they hit me with that. Like, you know, I'm a West Coast cat, so I was raised off Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg was really my uncle. Like, he taught me to walk. Like, so when it was like, Snoop Dogg wanted, you know, I was like, all right, I'm going to go. But I didn't expect to meet Snoop Dogg. I didn't expect nothing positive to happen. I didn't expect nothing. I came in sweatsuits, sweatpants. I swear, I didn't think nothing of it. When you see the videos, you're going to be like, yeah, you did. But, like, pulled up and he was just like, yeah, like, I'm doing this reality show about, like, first I walked in and, like, there was a dressing room with my name on it. I'm like, what? Like, and this was all one day. This was like one day I got a random call from somebody I don't know. And this is like one day. Like, it's like 10, 11 in the morning. Can you be here tonight at 8? You know what I mean? So all day I'm prepping for this. I get there at 8, and he's like, you're doing some reality show for his Traflix website. You know, like, you take flight on site. Like, you want to battle rappers to battle each other sporadically. I ended up winning the whole thing. He filmed it, documented it, and he put it on his YouTube channel. He gave me like $1,000 on cash. Then we did some interviews together. Then I bumped into him a gang more times, the BET Awards and stuff. And it's just been all love with Snoop, man. But he don't even know. He was just being Snoop Dogg. That shit changed my life. That shit. Oh, am I cussing?
That's okay. That's okay. This is Journey for Truth. That's okay.
Okay.
No, and I've never met Snoop Dogg, obviously, but he sounds like a very kind person.
Yeah, man, like, he's a really good dude.
That's awesome. That is a really cool story. And what is the name of that show in case someone wants to look it up on YouTube?
It's called Take Flight on Site. Check it out. I look bummy in it.
Wonderful.
I was depressed, and I was rapping about my broken arm to all the battle rappers that wanted to battle. I beat all of them. I got on there. I was not about to lose in front of Snoop Dogg. Yeah, right. They all wanted to battle rap. I ripped them up, man. I was like, yeah, I got a sling on my arm.
Now, what advice would you give teenagers and young adults who are struggling to find their place in the world?
Man, my advice. Whew, I have a lot of advice. I don't need a day to kick it with them. But I feel like everybody needs to find their truth. Before we're put on this earth, before we are born, our whole story is written. Our whole purpose is written. We have a whole outline of our lives before we're born. And it's up to you to not go against the grain and make the best out of it. You know what I mean? And accept.
I agree.
Unless you're meant to be a bum. Do you think you're meant to be a bum? Not you. I'm just saying everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, you know you're not meant to be a bum. So, you know, find your passion and go hard at it. Go your hardest at it, man. I'm involved in so many different things. I own shares in the car lot that I just invested in. You know, that's not for hip hop. I have a clothing line, blacksheepclubco.com. You know, the clothing line. Also, 10% of our proceeds go to anti-bullying. I have the emotional literacy class. I have a lot of endeavors that I'm involved in, and I go my hardest at all of them, not just music. You see me go hard on my music, but I go so hard at every single thing I do. You know what I mean? Just because I know that it's my passion. I know it's what I was made for, and I know for a fact I've made change in people's lives with my music and with my words and with meeting and talking to people like producers. I know people have told me like, yo, seeing you grind has made me step my grind up on this world and that. So I know that I made change, and I know that I'm going to continue to do so for the rest of my life, you know. I know that that's why I do this. I know that I do this to make the change that I want in the world, and that's how I'm going to go out.
I think that's wonderful advice, that people need to find their passion, and they need to find their purpose and live their purpose and live it with a sense of compassion and passion. And then, like I stated earlier, if everyone did that, we would have a very different world. And I think that there are a lot of obstacles that are thrown at us. Society says live this way, church says live that way, government says live this way. There's a lot of that stuff coming at adults and kids and children. But I think you hit the nail on the head. You need to find your passion, figure out your purpose, and start living that.
And go your hardest at it. Go your hardest. You know, you do your iHeartRadio stuff. Go your hardest at it. Meet new people. Go to different shows that you never heard about. Go expand. You know, I don't know what your world entitles, but I know you do. You know what I mean? And just taking that step out. That's what I do with my music. I always listen to people's opinion and even people that don't do music. When I'm in the studio, I like to have a bunch of girls around, a bunch of people around. I like to have a party in there and everybody throwing their opinion and that doesn't sound good. That's not, ooh, I think, you know, and I listen to them because they're the consumer, you know, and I don't always change it. I don't always listen.
Right.
Most of the time, they just got to be quiet until it's done and then give me the feedback when it's done. But I'll just stay in the booth while everybody's out there. But just the environment of other people being around to tell me what their opinion is, you know, it's always good to listen rather than think you know everything.
Exactly. I agree 100%. Now, where can people find your music and more information about you?
iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, every major media outlet, WorldStar, Hip Hop GX. My handle at JP Cali Smoov with a V at the end. It's JPCALISMOOV. A lot of things going on, man. I do the weekly freestyles on Instagram, and I involve all my fans. Anybody who shops with the clothing line, I post a picture of you, shout you out as long as you post it on your page. Shout out to the clothing line. It's called blacksheepclubco.com. Instagram at blacksheepclubco. Black Sheep Club, we're a club of black sheep. You know what a black sheep is, man. We stand out and fit in. Black Sheep Club is where standing out is fitting in, man. Shop at the clothing line.
I've worked I've worked with a lot of people who identify as being the black sheep of the family, and I think that they'll enjoy listening to your music and to your information. JP, thank you so much for being a guest on my show this week.
So thank you for having me, man. I'm a big fan, man. I love everything you do, man. And you got my support for sure. Follow me, and I'm going to follow you back, I promise.
That's awesome. I will. Thank you so much, listeners, for joining me here as well on Journey for Truth on iHeartRadio and YouTube. Until next time, have a fantastic week.
Smoov!